Yeah. The Renaissance man. I go by the name of Pancho Rucker.
Brand new author, your brand new favorite author. Here's one of them, Pancho Rucker.
Recognize who you are giving your jewels to.
So to celebrate my first book release, Note to Self, Amazon tried to motivate me to do some exercise.
Oh, no, not.
Anything else is uncivilized, you hear me?
Let me get the super green.
MCIM, God in the fleshly copy.
We're here with Pancho Rucker. We're at Creations Smoothie and Juice Bar, 225 Salt Lake Road, O'Fallon 63376. And wanted to get you on here because we do have an award-nominated producer, a best-selling author, creative, you do music, photography, you're a published photographer.
Yep.
So I just wanted to give you an opportunity to shed light on your creativity and everything you got going on.
Well, first,
and let people know who Pancho Rucker is, for those who might not know, before we get into what you actually do.
Right, no, I got you. First, thank you for having me. You know,
absolutely.
Lovely establishment. Listen, fire. You understand me?
Appreciate that. Thank you.
I am just a kid from North St. Louis who used his creativity as an escape to do a lot of other things. It's turned into me being a graphic design artist. I've done work for people like Bradley Beal and some other people, you know, just in the NBA, so on and so forth. A nonprofit organization founder, Team Rehab.
And what do y'all do with that?
We specialize in helping people, get back on their feet. We specialize with the unhoused. We do a 24-hour, 365-day clothing drive.
Okay.
We've helped pay people's bills. We help people find places to stay. Find jobs, a lot of different things. So, that's one thing that we do. You can contact us there at Team Rehab 314 on all platforms.
Okay.
So, but not only just that, man, I'm a musician, I'm a dad, I'm a stroke survivor, I'm a family man, I'm just an overall jack of all trades. Yeah.
And that's not a bad thing.
Of course, you're supposed to diversify.
I think that people limit themselves when they have an either-or mentality.
Yep.
Instead of having an abundant mentality. And especially if you can get the right team around you, they will help your dreams come to life.
Absolutely.
And
absolutely.
At what age did you find out that creativity would quote-unquote save your life, so to speak? Because I know things save my life, sports, certain things save our lives, and we might not realize at the time.
Yeah, that is saving your life.
But it's saving your life, right?
Yep.
Because of the environment, the circumstances, all those other things. But when did you realize creativity would save your life?
I was always in I grew up in visual and performing arts my entire life. My mom made me do it all the way down. Like, at first I wanted to, football was my life.
Right,
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But my mom was like, nah, you finna learn this classical music. You finna learn how to dance. I still can't dance, but I was classically trained and all that nonsense. But she got me. I was like, I don't want to do that. She got me with Bo Jackson run, and he'd take ballet. So I was like, oh, okay.
Got you with that one. Yeah.
If Bo do it, then I'm gonna do
Bo
it.
knows.
Exactly. So, but I only spent like a year and a half, 2 years outside of visual and performing arts. Like, as a kid, I performed at Powell Symphony Hall.
Okay.
I've created melodies for the St. Louis Symphony. I got a scholarship to Arkansas Pine Bluff. So this has always been ingratiated in my life. But when I took it serious, it was like, oh, okay, this is what it is.
Right.
Yeah, about 15, 16.
Wow.
About 15, 16, yeah.
Yeah, and it's paid off because your work is very detailed.
Yeah.
You use a lot of your skills in the stuff you do because you pretty much do a lot of things on your own. Like, you really are creative. Yeah, you do photography, illustration, graphics. So let me ask you, how important is it to work on your craft? Like, to really be detailed in what you do and give the people good works, not just put something out there.
Yeah, I
like
got you.
how important is that to you?
One, working on your craft is it's almost the only thing outside of networking that
Right.
you should be doing.
That's true.
You can't give anyone a half-cocked thing, or even if it's not the best of what everybody else may think.
Right.
You working on it, it has to be at least the best for you.
Right.
Outside of that, man, it's just that's the most important thing. Like for me, it started with music, right? So then, like back when I was doing, music heavily, it was graphic design and Photoshop. Like that wasn't a thing that you could just readily download. It was you knew somebody that knew how to do it, kinda, or you had somebody that you had to pay like $300 a flyer or something like that. And I'm like, man, nah, I'm gonna learn how to do that myself.
Right.
And that turned from that to me designing people's t-shirts, to me doing Shogun media duplication. I was pressing up people's CDs and packages and all of that for them, and then turned into illustrating books and stuff like that. You get what I'm saying? And so picking up all of those things along the way and working on those things has turned and helped me into a whole bunch of stuff. It's allowed me to diversify into so many things because of what you said, like working on your craft.
Right. And one of the things I really like about what you do is that you actually are looking to uplift other people. That's one of the things we do. That's one of the reasons why we do this show.
Of course.
Because the momentum and the success that we get here at Creations, we want to shed light on other creatives. Because we know how hard it is to actually do this thing out here.
Man.
And it really takes a good team.
Yeah.
It takes a good product. It's like a perfect storm that has to come together to really break through. But how important is it to you? Obviously networking, but you just try to bring so many people with you. I seen it was like 10 years ago, 6 years ago, you're like, hey, listen, contact me if you need videos, only $50. Contact me for this, contact me for that, I'll help you. So where did that come from? Was it just your own, like how hard it was, like you just said? $300?
For
you know what I'm saying?
A cover. We're not even talking about everything else that comes with it. My goal was to become like the Walmart of backpackers, so to speak. So one thing it was to make sure that it was cost efficient for people. It also was a part of to make sure that I brought those that really wanted to work along with me, you know, because I know for a fact that you can't do these things by yourself. Now, will you have to do some things by yourself because it's the road less traveled? Then, but at the end of the day, it's all about togetherness, and one thing that people don't really bring up is group economics. You get what I'm saying? And you have to put here, this money here, or this talent here, and put it all together. Like one ingredient don't make a cake. You can't just say you got a bunch of flowers and now it's a cake. Or you can't just say you got, a bunch of kale and it ain't blended or nothing and now it's a smoothie. You get what I'm saying? So my goal was to bring as many people as I could with me. Now, has that kind of slowed me down in a sense? Sometimes, because not everybody wants to work. However, I don't care about that. It's what I'm here to do, and it's what I feel like what's my purpose has been, is to help more than to receive.
And you know what, to be honest with you, when you do help, you do receive. So it's kind of like a double fold for you. Because I'm actually the same way. And I just want to commend you on that and keep going no matter what. Because like you said, there's a lot of people that might come along that might kind of
fall through the wayside, but they're gonna fall in the cracks anyway. So
talk to me about the books that we got here. We got 4 books on the table.
Okay, so this one is my newest release, the Dad Book. The Dad Book is my ode to parents, and since I'm a dad, I used myself as the main character. You get what I'm saying? And so it's a book that's to make parents laugh, make parents just put themselves into their shoes. Like, yeah, I get that, you know. And it's not a book for kids.
Right.
You know, as it says with the black and white stick.
So you do got a stick on here to let people know.
Yeah.
So do not buy this for no youngins.
Yeah, no. This is definitely for adults. So, but it's a funny book. You'll definitely enjoy it. You know, this one is, you know, outside of all of my work, this is the project that I'm most proud of. This is my son's book. It's called Jake Drew the Guardian. It's about an explorer that goes around and he finds some type of fruit or something, and it gives him like magic powers or whatever. Wow. Yeah. So I made my son. I was like, okay, it was a couple years ago. I'm like, look, either you are going to be doing something during the summer, or you're gonna be doing something during the summer.
Right.
But you ain't doing nothing.
Right.
And he was frustrated with it. And I mean, he cried and he kicked and screamed, and you know, I got on him about it and all of that. But as we went through the entire process, I could see his confidence growing, and I could see everything, you know, really go, like it expanded for him. You could see things building as it went along. And then I got my guy Eric Tammons to illustrate for me, you know, for his book, to make it his own, because he specializes more in like the anime style of drawing and everything. So I was like, no, I want you to do that. So it took a little time to get that done, and then once we finally got it done and he seen his first cover and got him a plaque with it on the wall and all of that, man, it was just, you know, you can't tell him nothing now. You get what I'm saying? He tell his teachers, he be like, oh, you know, no, I'm an author. And they be like, nah, man. It was like, no, you can go on Amazon right now. And one of them went on Amazon and they shut all the way up.
That's
like,
crazy.
It was, yeah.
That had to be a great experience,
man.
You know?
Like I could see it in his eyes, like how his eyes lit up, and then that made me feel great about it, you know. And then we wound up getting him a billboard on 70 by the airport and all of that, you know. And he tried to play cool, but you could see it, you know. His mama was way more like than he was, but you could see it. Like he was like, oh, he said, this is the best night of my life. You get what I'm saying? And so this book is more than anything that I've ever done outside of, you know, having, you know, my children. This is the most thing that I'm most proud of.
And that's him on the back, right?
Yeah, this is him on the back, you know.
How old is he?
He's 12.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
he's 12. Yeah.
So he's done a lot of things that a lot of adults
want
to do but haven't done.
I try to tell him that, like, look, you did something that most adults, they say they're going to do, and they fall to the wayside, you know, and you completed this, and they can't take nothing from you from that. You get what I'm saying? So this book right here, Clean Up BB, this is like the first printed copy ever, like, you know, so I keep this with me. Like this, you know, my memento or whatever. This book was made bestseller in the early education list on Amazon. And I wrote this actually for my daughter, who's sitting over there eating and everything right now. Because I seen, like, when I was reading her books, or her mom was reading her books and all of that, it's like there's no representation of us. You get what I'm saying? There's no representation of us, and so I wanted to bring something to the forefront. You get what I'm saying? And so it was like, why not put her on there? I mean, it's so, you know, like, it's so hood to the point to where, you know, the dog on her, that's a pit bull. You know, that's my dog Pinky. So, you know, with that, you know, we tried to keep that with the net. And then also, this was a motivating factor because I wound up in 2018, I had a stroke. And so I was sitting in the hospital like, look, man, you know, you may not be the same after, you know, this stroke. You know, you may not walk right, you may not talk right, whatever it is. But if you can get out of this and you be at least 80%, you're gonna go 160. And one of those things that you need to do is you need to stop putting things to the side and complete that kid's book. So I wanted to make this so if anything else happened to me, that I was able to teach her something, because this book focuses on numbers and counting and colors.
Okay.
So it was something that I could teach her. She was like 1, so she could grow up with this book for a couple of years, and you know, if something happened, she could sell this book on her own because books don't go anywhere. The Bible been selling for years. Dr. Seuss been selling for years. You know, so that's what's really special about that book. And then Chin Up, Chest Out. Both of these books were actually featured on PBS. So this one is special to me because this was an ode to my son when I wrote this book. He came to me we stayed in Ferguson. So we stayed in Ferguson like 2 blocks away from where they were shooting cannons at us. And, you know, like, you know, the microwave cannons and tear gas and all that. And, you know, I was out there at that time as well. So we have to drive him to school. Every day we drive him to school, there is a tank on the corner with, you know, like a machine gun on it. He like, why are there tanks on the corners? He asking me, do the police hate black people? He's asking me like real grown-up questions. I mean, like what? He's 12 now? Is what? So this is what, 7 years ago? Wow, time.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Time. Now I can't say it, 6 years ago. So, oh wow, no, it's 7. Wow, 2014. So it's 7 years ago. So he is what, 12? He was like 5 or 6. You get what I'm saying? And he's asking real grown-up questions. Because he asked me one time, he said, why the only time we get shown on TV is when we catching a ball or we getting arrested or people going to jail? And I'm like, wow. So I wrote this book for him to change the narrative. You know, chin up, chest out. Walk with your chin up, walk with your chest out, walk with pride. You come from a great people. You come from a great stock. You are a black male. You're going to be a black man. We have created things like the lawnmower, the stoplight. We've created, you know, revolutionized blood transfusions, the double bypass, all of these different things, and we are not elevated because of that. But I'm here to tell you, in spite of what you see in mainstream media, this is you. So, you know, I drew a little picture of him or whatever, you know, and pushed it, you know, more to him, and then it became a thing that just grew bigger. For not only just him, but all black men, black kids, you know, that look like us, talk like us, walk like us, that never probably would see a positive message. You get what I'm saying? So yeah, that's where those came from. So those are the things that I got as far as my books go. I have a show, as you see the show, that show about weed. Now this show is going to work on changing the stigma of what the cannabis industry or the cannabis plant has been, especially for black people. It's a very informative show. And then we have some entertainment on there. You know, it's like the Today Show for weed. Like we're gonna be interviewing a lot of different companies in the cannabis industry. We have advocates that are the hosts, like Melanie Marie. She actually started the first cannabis education center in the Midwest, black owned.
That's big.
Period. Yeah.
That's big.
We got Homegrown Heroes ran by Joe. He's Joe Bowie. He's a cultivator and a grower, and helps like a lot of patients. Melanie Marie was actually responsible. I don't remember if you know as far as St. Louis goes. Those people that was able to get the free medical licenses and stuff like that, that was her that did that. You know, so we have, and it's hosted by my guy David Smith. Excuse me. And it's a great mixture of things.
Sounds
you know,
like
and then I got my song that's out on Apple Music and Spotify, all DSPs. It's called Forever This Northside Kid. So, like, no matter, it's basically saying no matter what I do, or I'm still gonna be this person. Because I walk into these rooms with these doctors and lawyers and all of that, man, and I still be like, man, I'm just a dude from, you know, Marcus and Farland. I'm the dude from, you know, North St. Louis that I'm here, like, you know, yeah.
And just to touch on that real quick, because it definitely sounds like, you know, you represent the North Side, and and for those people who might not even be from St. Louis, there's a North Side everywhere.
Yeah, definitely.
So you represent a certain circumstance, you represent a certain neighborhood and things of that nature. That's what you're saying. But how important is it though? Because you speak very well, you're articulate, you're able to express yourself and get these thoughts across and put them on paper.
Right.
And it's very well written. How important is the power of words?
The power of words is the most powerful thing that you will ever have.
Yeah.
Period. It says the tongue is a double-edged sword capable of life and death.
Right.
Which pen are you writing with?
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So, you know, words are the only thing. Words have navigated me out of some crazy
that's what I wanted.
situations.
Exactly.
Words has gotten me into crazy situations.
Right.
Words have saved my life.
Right.
Words has helped me, like, save other people's lives. I guess, you know, I made a project for I made a project and it was called Kurt Cobain Music. I was going through a real crazy time or whatever, and then a person hit me up and was like, yo, you know, I want to thank you for making this project. I said thank you, but in my head I'm like, the hell wrong with you, you know? And so they said, no, I wake up to this project, I go to sleep to this project, I'll listen to it on the way to work, on like just period. And it was nice to know that somebody went through what I went through, and it let me know that I wasn't alone in this world, because if I hadn't did that, I probably would have killed myself.
Right.
And I'm like, wow, words. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So words are very important. To know how to articulate yourself is very important. I believe that a lot of lives in our neighborhoods, like in North St. Louis or everywhere. It's a Martin Luther King everywhere in the world. You get what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Martin Luther King Boulevard, Drive, don't matter. MLK is usually a bad neighborhood. But I digress. If we were able to use our words and learned how to articulate our words better, meaning, you know, our feelings, how we felt, or be able to, you know, understand and hear, we could save a lot more lives.
And the choice of words.
Yeah, exactly.
To me, the choice of words are very important, and I really think that it really boils down to kind of creating your own governing system.
Right.
You know, we got to stop using the everyday words. Like, I'm not going to call this positive. I just say this is very uplifting.
I can dig it.
You know what I'm saying? So it might be so simple as that. You know, like that little thing could just help change how somebody might look at something. Because if we say things are positive, they usually put you in a certain light, and now you got to kind of be a goody two shoes.
Yeah,
and that ain't really reality.
That's not reality at all.
Now I could be out here uplifting people.
Right.
And my mood might change, and I might not be in that thing, but that's just part of being human.
Yep.
But I don't want to have this certain thing that I have to be. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just phony.
Don't put me in a box.
Yeah, don't put me in a box. Don't put me in a box.
Especially like me.
Right.
When it comes like this is why I do everything. Like people like used to come to me like, why you do this? You make children's books. I make books. Period. I make content. Period. So I'm not here to pretend to be just all of this. The people that pretend to be all of that, usually they fall hard, and it's usually on some crazy stuff that they do in their private life. And you know, like, you know, accept me for who I am, and this is just what it is. You know? Yeah.
And the last thing I'm gonna say, because you know I'm getting hungry. We've been talking. You've been drinking. I've been drinking water.
I mean, this is good,
you know, so
bro.
I appreciate that. But the one thing you talked about was a stroke, right?
Yeah.
And you said, you know, if I get out of this, I'm gonna go 160%. And the reason why I say that because some things that I put out 6 years ago. One of the things is called I didn't survive it. I was empowered by it. So I really think how we look at situations determine a lot. And
You
we
got
see
to.
that you was empowered by your situation.
Man.
You're not just out here trying to survive in
Yeah,
the situation.
no, not at all.
So how important is it to be empowered versus surviving to you? You know what I mean?
Honestly, boy, for me,
because everything you're doing is empowering out here.
man,
you know?
listen. So with everything for me, when it comes to this, you have to know how to turn a negative into a positive.
Right.
No ifs, ands, and buts about it. You got to learn, because in life, negative is going to happen. Negative is probably going to happen more than positive if, depending on how your outlook is.
You stay focused on it.
But you have to have that positive outlook and use everything into, how to grow from it. You get what I'm saying? Like alchemy. You take this and you take that and you make this. Man, without lemons, you don't get lemonade.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Without, like, penicillin was made on accident. It was a failure for what it actually was supposed to be for.
Right.
And it turned into something that saved many of lives. You get what I'm saying? So you have to know how to sit in like, ooh, that hurt, but it's time to keep pushing. So that's what I did with my stroke. Like, it started off kind of like, at first, like, oh man, this is a paranoia. I had a stroke.
Right.
And it was like, man, what's wrong with you? Utilize this, because there are more people that had a stroke like you that don't have examples of how to do something. Even if I never become rich or, anything like that, I'm still, could be a catalyst for somebody else, and I recognize that.
Right.
So, and I understand that for me, how can I teach my daughter how to overcome anything in life if she does not see me like, oh yeah, he had a stroke, now that was it.
Right.
Adversity, when the times get hard,
Right.
he quit.
Right.
Nah, I'm here to raise a female shark.
Right.
I
Right.
ain't playing around.
Right.
So with that, learning to overcome adversity, that's, man. Woo, yeah.
It's key. It's key.
Yeah.
It's
Ooh.
key. And the craziest thing is, from what your mom's instilled in you, you actually turned around and instilled into your son, and now he got a book out. Your daughter.
Yeah.
But what we about to do is get into these tacos.
Let's get it.
You ordered chicken taco.
Yeah, let's get it.
And we're going to do something different. We're going to have your daughter bring the taco to you so we can get on camera so she can really see. She got the whole buns going on and everything.
Yeah,
so
she do. That's crazy.
We're going to show people this is for real.
This ain't a game.
We're going to be right back with the taco.
Yeah. Thank you, baby.
That's her.
Come here. Give me chips. Bye.
So yeah, this is definitely her. She still got the, so that's what's up, man.
Yeah, no.
So got the chicken tacos.
Yeah,
let's dive in. Let's see how you like it. Let's see.
Let's try this on out right here. What kind of sauce is that? That's good.
Yeah, it's our own creation sauce, man. Appreciate that. Yeah, it's coming soon.
Yeah.
It's coming soon. Coming to a household near you, man.
Oh, hell yeah. I'm sorry for cussing, but this is good.
No, we like that. That's why we want to get the authentic, get it real, and ain't no pretend here. So no, we appreciate that, man.
And what's crazy is I don't eat onions or tomatoes.
Really?
It's good as hell.
Wow.
Yeah, it's good.
That's what's up, man. So, what would you hope that all this stuff does? What's your goal for creating these books? Because it's not like you just created one book, and it definitely doesn't sound like you're going to stop it anytime soon with anything you got going on. So, what's in the future for Pancho? What do you want these books to do? What message would you want to put out there for the people?
My ultimate goal is to become a hub for all things brown and black. That's my goal. As far as we're working on a television station right now that'll be on Roku. Fire Stick and Chromecast. We're working on, like I said, the original programming, my cartoon sticks. But overall, I want, hopefully, that I can be a catalyst for my family and those that are around me and those that see that, in spite of everything that we were given, the cards that we were dealt, we can still win a hand. You get what I'm saying? Another goal is just to break family curses. Like, at the end of the day, generational curses are real. And in order to change that, we have to step outside of ourselves and step outside of the box that we were placed in order to do that. So if I can, if I can do anything with these books, with everything, it would be that. And I think I'm on the right path.
Definitely.
I'm on the right path.
Commend you, man.
Appreciate you.
Great work.
Yeah.
Keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
Anytime you need anything from us, we're here for you. You know what I'm saying? And we definitely like to say thank you for coming out, drinking with the creatives. Here at Creations Smoothie Juice Bar. 225 Salt Lick Road, 63376. And it's a wrap.
Man.